Next up, we have Caitlin Alexander, who is a Belmont University journalism student who is here to interview Demetria Kalodimos on a conversation with Bob Woodward happening right at War Memorial Auditorium on Sunday.
I'm Caitlin Alexander, and we are here at TPAC with Demetria Kalodimos. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks.
Well, just to get this started, what got you started with journalism? What made you want to pursue that career?
It's kind of funny. I didn't take a direct path into journalism. I kind of made a U-turn from studying music all my life. I thought I was going to be an orchestral musician. And about midway through my college courses, I discovered campus radio. And at the time, it was pretty vibrant. People were getting really experimental, and I actually had the first call-in show on my campus. So once the bug bit, so to speak, there was no stopping me. So I went straight into graduate school afterwards in journalism. But I never regretted having that music background. I think it's come in really handy in Music City, after all. And also there are a lot of musical elements, I think, to being in broadcast journalism.
Definitely. What made you want to pursue investigative journalism?
Oh, I think any reporter is, in their nature, curious, maybe even nosy, wanting to dig down and get to the bottom of why something is happening or something that's happening that no one else knows about is probably the greatest feeling when you're a reporter. And I grew up in the 70s and watching Watergate unfold, and that was sort of the point where investigative reporting exploded. So that was my inspiration really from the start, and that's the part of the job I've enjoyed the most.
So speaking of Watergate, did Bob Woodward influence your decision to pursue investigative journalism?
I think Bob Woodward has influenced every journalist in America, if not in the world. And I'm really looking forward to being able to sit across from him. It's almost like being able to interview Superman. You know, where do you begin? The Superman of your field. But Woodward and Bernstein, you know, the two names go together. They're synonymous with the craft of investigative journalism. And the thing that really impresses me is here all these years later, Bob Woodward is still at the top of his game and putting out the work that everyone else is trying to achieve.
Yeah. What do you think of the legacy he's created for himself?
Quite a legacy. I think he's got 9 books. I've been doing some of my research. He's covered 9 different White Houses. He's even written books off the subject of politics in Washington. I wasn't really aware that he had written a biography on John Belushi. So interesting, you know, sort of a wide range of subjects that he's been into, not just investigating politics and corruption and government.
Yeah. What are you most looking forward to when you moderate the conversation with him?
It's always great to sit this close to someone and sort of pick their brain and get into their process. As a journalist, I want to know a little bit about his process. He talks to so many people. He talks off the record and in secret with so many people. How does he keep those things together? How does he keep them secret in this day and time of cybersecurity worries? You know, does Bob Woodward even use a cell phone? These sort of questions, I think, are the kind of thing that a lot of people are curious about. And we're both from the Chicago area, so I think we'll hit it off pretty well. At least I hope so.
That sounds great. So circling back to you, what are some of the most important parts of your career that stick out to you, that have been the most influential to you?
Well, I think being able to stay in the same place for a long time. A lot of people jump from market to market or city to city, and just when they sort of get on a roll and figure out who's who and the movers and shakers, they move on. I've had a very fortunate situation here in Nashville to really watch the city grow, to watch some people go from the beginning of their political careers to very big things. I covered Al Gore's first congressional campaign. So it's kind of fun, and years later, I was there at the inauguration when he was vice president. So it's amazing how many stories start in Tennessee and move on to become very significant national stories. We've had a lot of big names.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh, thank you, and I hope everyone comes out to see us at War Memorial. It's going to be fun.
Looking forward to it. Yep.
Thank you so much, Caitlin and Demetria. She will be over at War Memorial Auditorium with Bob Woodward this Sunday. Tickets are still available at WMARocks.com. Remember, the only official place to purchase tickets for TPAC or War Memorial Auditorium shows is tpac.org or WMARocks.com.